Hello, welcome back to another weekly vlog. I am going to make this intro super quick because we got a little bit of a snowstorm overnight and it's actually still going. So by the time I pull into the parking lot at work, it will be almost an hour that I've been driving. And I've got a couple comments of why I don't live closer to home. It's because I work for the best dentist ever. It's my childhood dentist, and literally my manager used to clean my teeth when I was a kid. She's a dental assistant. She was, but now she manages our office. But anytime someone starts working or fills in our office, they make a comment about how it's like so good to work here. That's why I drive so far. When the roads are nice and dry, it takes me like 30-35 minutes, but when it's a snowstorm like this and I drive between 5 and 30 miles an hour the whole way, it takes almost an hour. So I gave myself a lot of extra time this morning, but as soon as my doctor leaves, so am I, because this is horrible. And a truck literally just ran me off the road. I pulled over and let him pass me because he was flying and then he was spinning out. So literally putting everyone around him in danger, which just makes me so mad. I'm about to pull into work. I need to drink my coffee, take some breathers before I walk in because I'm stressed. That was not a fun drive. Definitely the worst drive in a year, probably. But yeah, see my first patient at 8, see my last patient at 3. Can't remember what my schedule looks like today because it's Monday. But I will check in with you guys tonight. Hopefully, see, my car's starting to spin out at the intersection. Freaky. Okay, I made it safely. I probably won't even get any cancels in my schedule today, to be honest. A lot of our patients live like really close to our office. I know my first one too. He lives like right across the street, so probably won't get any cancels today, but I'll let you know at the end of the day how my schedule went. If it goes to plan or if it just completely falls apart, because it seems like it's just one or the other. Alright, I'm home from work now. It is 4 o'clock. I wanted to go over my schedule from today and then tomorrow's schedule, and also answer some questions that were left on my last vlog, or 2 vlogs ago, by the time that I upload this one. But today was actually pretty straightforward. No one canceled in my schedule because of the snow and everything. Just like I was guessing, people risk their life to come to their cleanings with the bad roads. But I did have one person right before lunch that had to reschedule. So my first patient was a prophy, so 60 minutes. And then same with my second patient. Then my third patient was a 3-month recall for his prophies. Prophies are regular cleanings. So we normally get 60 minutes for those. But his insurance covers 4 cleanings a year. So he does come in every 3 months for his cleanings. And then every other time he comes in, he gets an exam, since we recommend exams every 6 months, 2 times a year. So today was his 3-month recall prophy, and he was due for an exam. And then he was also due for the oral cancer screening light that we do once a year. It's called a Velscope, and it's a fluorescent green light that we point at the tissues everywhere, like tongue, throat, cheeks, gums, and we make sure all of your tissues are picking up the light nicely. If for some reason anything were to show up black under our scope, that would tell us that something's going on underneath the tissue that could be cancerous, so at that point we would send it for a biopsy. That's basically the verbiage that I use for my patients when they hadn't had the Velscope before, and I'll explain it to them. But he was due for that. And then my fourth patient, my last one before lunch, he's the one that had to reschedule because he forgot about his appointment. And then I ended up, because he canceled, I ended up having like an hour and 45-minute lunch, which never, ever happens. Normally I'm scheduled like 30 minutes for my lunch, but it just so happened I was scheduled an hour lunch today, and the patient before lunch, like I said, canceled. So I had a really long lunch. And then I had a kiddo, I think she was 7, and she hadn't been into the dentist with us since 2021. I do see Dad on a regular basis for his periodontal maintenance cleanings because we did a deep cleaning on him. So we're gonna get the kids in on a regular schedule now. But it had been a long time. This little girl, so sweet. She just was so nice. She kept wanting to hug me and everyone that worked at the dental office. And she was so nice and kind and sweet. But she also told me she was gonna bite my fingers off, and she thought it was hilarious. A lot of my kiddos are really good about just sitting still, especially if I have like SpongeBob or Bluey on the TV. But she kept wanting to mess with my loops and like touch my eyes and my glasses while I was cleaning her, no matter how many times I told her to like sit on her hands or put them by her side. And I was trying to rinse her teeth with water, and our suction, which we call Mr. Thirsty, at least that's what I call it for the kids, but she ripped my hand away so water went flying, and she was mad that she got wet. So she was a lot. There were a couple other things that I'm like, girl, just work with me. But that made me realize like we're pretty lucky with the kids that we've had. At least the ones that I've had in my schedule have been amazing patients, which she was too. She did great with x-rays and pretty good with the cleaning, but definitely some work to do. And then I had a 4-month recall perio maintenance patient, and that was it. I just realized I got out of work an hour early. I'm technically supposed to be just finishing up my last patient, but I guess they scooted him over to the other hygienist because he showed up an hour early. I think that's what happened. So I got off early today, which is super nice and rare. My hair looks wacky because it was in a clip all day, so it's annoying, but I keep touching it because it's bugging me. Tomorrow, I did not notice this till the very end of the day when everyone, like the front desk, had already left. So tomorrow my schedule's a little messed up. I see 2 patients, and then I had an hour gap. It looks like someone canceled. Then I see 1 patient, then I have an hour lunch. Then I see 1 patient, then I have an hour gap again. Someone must have canceled. And then I see 1 patient, and then the last patient is not confirming or responding to our texts or calls. So ideally I would have had the front desk give either my morning or my afternoon patients some phone calls to see if we can scoot everyone to the afternoon or the morning or the middle of the day. Just something to prevent the spaces in the schedule, because what it's gonna look like with my production is I worked from, it's gonna be 7:45 to 5:15, and I'm only gonna have production worth 6 patients when it should be 8 or 9 patients. But because of the cancels, now I have spaces in my schedule, which is not ideal. If like an emergency patient calls, like they have a toothache, I can see them in my schedule just for an x-ray and then the exam with the doctor, and then we'll get them back to get work done. But I don't have to clock out if someone cancels, unless it's like before or after lunch. Then they'll just ask that I stay clocked out and extend my lunch basically. But if someone cancels in the middle of the day like that, in between patients, then I can stay clocked in. But I get 0 production, so it looks like I worked a bunch of hours. I should have high production, and then I don't have much at all. But we'll see how tomorrow plays out. Tuesdays in our office are known as just the messiest days. Things always go wrong, and that's when we run into all our issues. It's also our longest day of the week, so first patient is at 8, and then my last patient, I seat them at 4 p.m. So it's a really long day. So ideally we want it to go super smoothly. Finishing up getting everything ready for work tomorrow before I go lay down, I realized I forgot to answer the questions from my last vlog. So I'll do that later. Forgot to do that earlier. But I am just doing my raspberry lemonade liquid IV sugar-free electrolytes for work tomorrow, and then I'm gonna get my greens powder ready as well and do the same thing. And then I already got my lunch ready to go. I meal prepped yesterday some lunches and dinners for the beginning of the week, so that's all ready to go. And then my coffee pot is ready for in the morning. It's brewing at 5:45 so that when I get out of bed and come down here. It's ready to go for me. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm really, really tired. I'm freezing cold. I just grabbed my biggest cup I could find in my cupboard for my coffee to hopefully help me warm up, but I'm so tired. My Oura ring shows that I slept terrible, so today should be fun. For my makeup every day, I just use sunscreen. It has tint to it, but it's way too light for me, so I just add a little bit, like 1 drop of this really dark foundation, and when they're mixed together it matches my self-tan on my neck perfectly. So I just mix these two together, put it on my face, and then I set it really good with pressed powder, or loose powder I should say. I set it a ton because I have my makeup on so long during the day. Alright, I am on my way home from work. It's 5:30 and it's freezing out. It's only 9 degrees, so my car is so cold. I'm so happy it's still light out because normally on Tuesdays when I get out this late, it's already dark out. So we're getting closer to being done with winter. I think I already went over my schedule for today, so there was those gaps throughout the day. So I did have a lot of downtime, and then I also had my second to last patient not show up to their appointment. So they do have a history of not showing up. The whole family does. So I believe we put them on a same day only schedule, meaning the only time that they can come in now is if we had to cancel in the schedule during the day. So we would call them and say, today we have an opening, does it work for you? And they just are not allowed to book their appointments like out a ways, even for like the next day, just because yesterday they were scheduled for today and they still didn't show up. A lot of offices will charge a fee for that because you're losing money. That spot could have been for a patient that was actually going to come get their teeth cleaned, and x-rays and exam and all that. So a lot of offices will charge their patients if they don't show up, but we don't have that policy at this time. We give them a lot of chances, like 5 appointments usually, 4 or 5 of not showing up, no call, no shows, before we make them a same day only patient. So we're very generous at my office for doing that. I have heard that's pretty rare, so it could be because we're mostly like a private office. We are half owned by corporate, so a little mix of both, but yeah, we're not very strict on that. No call, no shows. Okay, I'm checking in quick because I don't think I've even vlogged today. My robot vacuum is going upstairs if you hear that, but it's Wednesday night. If you haven't noticed, I like hyperfixate on a sweatshirt every couple days. I'll wear it like 3-4 days in a row, and it's just what I put on when I wake up and before I go to bed, like when I get home from work. So that's why I wear the same sweatshirt a couple days in a row, and it's always Dylan's sweatshirt, so it's an XL and it's huge, but I'm comfy. So work was pretty good today. My last patient was a new patient. It's supposed to be 80 minutes. They called and canceled in the morning because of a family emergency. So I did get out of work a little early, but we were supposed to get a snowstorm, so I canceled my chiropractor that was supposed to be a couple hours later. And then I just came home, and my chiropractor's right next to my work. It's like 35 minutes from my house, so I'm not gonna drive over there just to go to the chiropractor. I normally will do it after work, but we're supposed to have a snowstorm that ended up not starting until like 6 p.m. So I canceled my chiropractor for nothing, and I'm super sad because I really, really need it. But tomorrow is Thursday and I have tomorrow off of work. But I have a really busy weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So tomorrow I'm getting my nails done and getting a bunch of chores done so I can actually enjoy my weekend. So I'll have my grocery delivery tomorrow, clean my house, and then I'll be ready to go this weekend. Friday after work we're doing dinner with Dylan's family. We're going to his aunt and uncle's and they live like basically down the road from us. So that's Friday night, and then Saturday I'll have the day to clean, run errands if I need to, get things done, except I heard we're supposed to get like 8 inches of snow, so we'll see what happens with that. It might change between now and then. And then my friend, who's also like my neighbor, she lives down the road, she's gonna come over and we are gonna cook dinner and watch movies and let our dogs play. And then Sunday it's a Super Bowl, so I upload a week late, so this will be up in a couple weeks, but yeah, Sunday's the Super Bowl, and I go to the Super Bowl parties for food. So we are planning like the menu right now, and I'm so excited. And yeah, then I have a busy week next week. I'm gonna try to keep up with my vlogging and posting every week. Past 2 weeks have been really chill. It's not normal. Normally I'm really busy, so hopefully I can stay up to date with YouTube. But nothing exciting tonight. I'm still really liking drinking one of these green juices, green powders, every day. They make me feel really good, so I really like these. And then Dylan is working and he's gonna stop by. I'm just making him some dinners, some spaghetti, so he can come pick that up. And then we're cleaning. Gunnar is living his best life, and yeah. Hey dude. He's not so sure about the robot vacuum, so he doesn't like the noises up there. Oh my. Oh my. I don't think I ever went over my schedule today. It was pretty straightforward. I just had a 15-year-old prophy. He hadn't been in 2 years. Which he had some cavities, and it's very frustrating because I went up to Dad at the end and explained we gotta get him scheduled for his 6-month cleaning. There were cavities, we went over home care, yada yada, explained the importance of getting him in 6 months, and the dad was like, we'll call back to schedule anything, bye, and just like left. And it's so frustrating because the poor guy had cavities, so I was at least hoping he would schedule those. So I hope they don't let that go too long. That's one of the frustrating things. And then I had SRP, and then a prophy, and then we're supposed to have that new patient, and then a prophy it looks like, but both of those canceled. So we just called my patient that couldn't make it the other day. One of my faves, so it was a good way to end the day. I can chat with that patient forever, which waiting for the exam, I think we waited like 20 minutes at least, because my doctor was behind and doing multiple root canals and all sorts of stuff. So normally I would leave the room and like the TV is on for the patient to watch, but I just sat there and chatted with him the entire time. Such a good human. He could literally be my grandpa, but he's hilarious, and he's someone that's been coming to our office for like 20 years, so a good dude. So I worked from technically like 7:35 I got to the office, and then I left at like 2:30, and I did not take a break that entire time. It was kind of a long day. And then Friday I have a prophy, 4-month recall, perio maintenance, and then a 30-minute break, and then a prophy, and she's due for her 5-year full set of x-rays. And then I have a partial delivery in my schedule, which normally that's in doctor's schedule. Hygiene usually doesn't see those patients. It looks like I had a 30-minute gap, so they just threw him in there. So that should hopefully be easy and straightforward as long as he doesn't need his denture. I think I said partial delivery, that's a denture. Hopefully he doesn't need it adjusted too much by the doctor, because that can take some time. And then I have a prophy at the end. Okay, I'm talking too much. I will see you guys tomorrow. How yummy does this look right now? Ah, best thing in the morning. Good morning, it is Monday. I haven't vlogged in a while because I had a really busy weekend with friends and family, but another work week. We are back again. I don't recall what my schedule looks like today, but I think I have technically 7 patients, but my last patient has a history of failing, so I don't think they're gonna show up. And then I have a chiropractor after work, which I'm so excited for. I've had to reschedule a couple times because we had a snowstorm and then a couple other things, so I am really excited for my much needed chiropractor appointment. I'm feeling rough today. I did not realize when I was at my mom's house that I was drinking Mio, the like flavored drink things you add to your water. I did not realize I was drinking caffeine at like 8 p.m. So I did not sleep at all last night. So I feel rough, but hopefully it's a good Monday and the day goes really fast. I'm already looking forward to being home. All right, it's 6:30 now. I've been home from work for a little bit. I had a chiropractor after work that was so needed. My back has been killing me. I cannot wait for the massage I booked in a couple weeks. I did a 90-minute massage. I do it a couple times a year. Chiropractor I do monthly, and I'm like 2 weeks overdue, and I'm not doing well. I do everything to not go over the 1 month at the chiropractor because I can feel it. I get headaches too when I go over that 1 month. So feeling a little better. I need to lay in bed and put an ice pack on my back. Specifically, I have like sciatic nerve pain. I've had it my whole life since I've been dancing my whole life. That's when it started in like probably middle school, honestly, high school. But I've been dealing with it ever since, and hygiene definitely, like when I work, it definitely flares up a lot. And when I do too many chores at home using my back. But I'm gonna wrap this video up in a second, but I came home to a little Amazon package that I'm excited about. The first thing I got was this Luxe Unfiltered Hydrating Self-Tanning Cream. I've been eyeing this for years, honestly, and my hairstylist, she is like trying to be an influencer on Instagram, and I love everything that she's been posting the past like 2 weeks, and I'm so influenced by her because I trust her and I love her, and she's beautiful, and she uses this and she's always so tan. But this is the Santal scent, which I usually don't like the scent, so I was scared, but this is actually really good. But I didn't have time this weekend because I was so busy, but I self-tan every weekend. And then with usually the Loving Tan one is my favorite, the 2 Hour Express in the Ultra Dark. But I shower every day, sometimes twice a day. So by Thursday, it's like usually completely gone. So I'm gonna use this self-tanning cream towards the end of the week when my color's fading. And then you guys know I'm on like a hair growth journey. That's why I put that oil in my hair in like every video on my wash days, but I needed this like scalp massager after I put the oil in. I used to have one of these and I thought I was making my hair fall out, so I threw it away, but I think there was a different issue going on there because no one has said that this causes hair loss, and I follow a ton of people that share like hair growth stuff and everyone recommends this, so I got it again from Amazon. And then lastly, this brand, I've been seeing it on TikTok a lot, the Anua brand. It's Korean skincare, but I've been super dry lately, so I got this hydrating barrier serum. I'm super excited to start using it. And yeah, I do wear makeup at work every day. I mix sunscreen and then a little bit of foundation, and like you can see it break up like right away because I'm so dry in the winter. So hopefully that helps. But I'm gonna end the video here and most likely start another one. Thank you if you made it this far. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, comment below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.